This is Messages from the Universe with Laurie of Your Life Core. Here, Laurie delivers information from the Mastery Realms related to astrology, planetary influences, energy surges, and generally how we are evolving. She connects with angels, guides, ascended masters, astro beings, and those that come forward with messages to help us on our journey. Welcome, everyone, to Messages from the Universe podcast.
Hello, I am Laurie, and thank you for listening. What's up with the energies of July? Well, summer has officially arrived in the Northern Hemisphere on June 20th. That means long days, long colorful sunsets and sunrises. We celebrate the heat and the light of the summer. In the Southern Hemisphere, we celebrate going into the winter months, the time of quiet, the time of beginning to observe darkness, working more within. We arrive into July in the season of Cancer, and we leave July in the season and the energy of Leo. July is generally known as the 7th month. However, July's collective numerology for 2024 is the number 6, and that represents guidance, union, simplicity, love. It also means service and healing, nurturing and support, and integration of opposites to provide balance. It's a true union of the physical and the spiritual energy fields. The key energy themes of July are emotions are high, and the universe is pushing us to know them, to experience them, and certainly to balance them. Cancer is ruled by water, which symbolizes depth and adaptability, and also purity. We are pushed emotionally by the Capricorn full moon on June 22nd and Mother Earth's water to give us this mirror of long and depth range of human emotions, while also acting as that cleansing and purification that pushes the energy of our emotions. And this allows us to move into Leo season with a more renewed sense of energy. Leo is a fire sign. It's ruled by the sun, and it represents passion, energy, and vitality. And the fire's dual nature of transformation and destruction reflects its ability to inspire change and innovation while also consuming everything in its path. Think of a raging fire that goes through a forest. It does destruct everything in its path. It clears the way for new growth, for new to come in. Both are sacred elements, and I'm talking about fire and water, and it requires balance and integration. Now, before I dive into day-by-day planetary information for the month of July, let's look at the overview of some of the themes just to be aware of this month. Cancer energy is going to remind us about moving into this emotional mastery. It's about fertility, harmony, protection. We also will see topics around leaders, citizens of various countries that come to the forefront, their success in healing generational and relationship trauma. This has been going on for quite some time, and I know you're getting tired of doing the healing, the generational in-depth, but this is a time that we really are moving and using the alchemy of our energetic field. It's a time that we have this ability to transform evil into good. It's about healing and harmony and overcoming differences between masculine and the feminine energy dynamics. It's about balance, the ability to gain wisdom through receptivity and listening. So what can we look forward to in July of 2024? Well, we start the month of July. I'm going to jump ahead to July 2nd because we've got Neptune retrograde and Mercury enters Leo. And what these energy forces mean, it's about unlocking sacred truths through our communication. Now, Neptune, the planet of dreams, intuition, and spirituality, turns retrograde in Pisces until December 7th of 2024. So it's a long time sitting in this energy. But during this time, chatty Mercury, the planet of communication, enters Leo, and the sun clashes with the nodes. What this means is that with Neptune retrograde, you are invited to explore your dreams and goals and determine if they still resonate with who and where you are. Now, as we're clearing away energy and healing our ancestral wounds, it's always a great time to review and renew those dreams and goals. It might be the perfect time for you to seek an alternative direction. You might feel some uncomfortableness with your current life plan. So spending time connecting with your innermost self and trusting the insights and changes that are unfolding around you will set you on a good course. This energy removes the blinders so you can see deeper truth and make any necessary adjustments to your life. Now, I understand sometimes we don't like seeing the truth. That's why Mercury in Leo helps us focus our attention on self-expression, bringing light to our personal values. Other topics are also finances. This financial shift can and probably will be felt on a global level as well, as major financial reforms are in order. This is an excellent time to work on creative projects and speak up about your wants and your desires. It's also a great time to focus on how your resources support your sense of self-worth and security. In addition, the sun and nodes clash, bringing up significant themes around home, family, past conditioning, behaviors, habits, tradition, career, and long-term goals. And with Mercury in a fire sign, there could be some explosive arguments or some great conversations. Since this energy stirs up deep emotions, it really is an ideal time to reflect on how your upbringing, your traditions, how those things have shaped your present decisions and reconcile unresolved issues. This is part of our trauma, part of our childhood wounds, part of our ancestral wounds, and it gives us an opportunity to look at those wounds and really assess if they make sense in present-day life. Let's jump ahead to July 5th. We have a Cancer new moon. This is about cultivating our emotional intelligence. The universe is putting us through some paces, and with that, it's our responsibility, or really an opportunity, to check in our emotional intelligence and to evolve that. The new moon in Cancer on July 5th really aligns with the fixed star Sirius, and that intensifies themes of emotional renewal, deep introspection, and nurturing one's inner self. Cancer's energy emphasizes home, family, and emotional foundations, making it an ideal time to create a safe and nurturing environment, both internally and externally. Those things that matter and are important to us. Now, Sirius infuses this new moon with spiritual wisdom and protective energy, enhancing our intuition and providing guidance through any emotional turmoil. You'll feel the pressure of the universe to overcome habitual patterns and past conditioning. They just don't make sense in modern or present day. With Venus conjunct with the new moon, love, harmony, and values are supported, promoting deeper connections and realignment with your true values. However, we have this square to Chiron, it's the wounded warrior, and the North Node. That's our future. And that suggests that this period will also bring up some deep-seated wounds and karmic lessons that may have been hidden, that just need to be moved away. The best challenge for us is to confront these issues and challenge them. It's an essential time for growth and development. Old patterns for you might be to avoid difficult emotions, and this would not be the time for you to avoid emotions. This is a time for you to work through those emotions, understand them, really align to assess if they make sense for you in present day. The trine to Saturn stabilizes the energy by helping us ground emotional insights into practical long-term plans. So if you're willing to sit in the emotions, to feel them, to assess them, to understand them, this has the potential of opening up a huge gateway for you for future success. Use this time to set intentions that promote emotional well-being, healing past wounds, and establishing solid foundations for your future, a new future. You may experience some vivid dreams, synchronicities, and intuitive insights. This is just the universe giving you more illumination to how your path is set going forward. Some themes of the new moon on July 5th. It's a time of self-discovery and emotional foundation. This is a time for you to reflect on how your identity has been shaped by your family, your upbringing, and your past experiences. And do you agree with that? Do you want to change something? This introspection can lead to a deeper understanding and acceptance of yourself, but also sometimes it allows us the ability to change those things about ourselves that just don't fit anymore. Healing and transformation is also a theme of this new moon. This time is ripe for healing old wounds, especially those related to family and self-worth. Approach these issues with compassion and willingness to let go of past pain. It's not just a matter of hiding it or stuffing it or releasing it, but it's actually healing it and letting it go into the past. It's also a time of relationships and harmony. This is an ideal time to resolve conflicts and deepen bonds through honest communication and empathy. It's also a great time to manifest. This is manifesting your intentions around emotional and physical security, investing on creating an inner and outer level of safety and security in your life. This is also a time for some long-term planning. Be disciplined and strategic in your approach, aligning your plans with your emotional needs and the deeper values. Don't be afraid to look ahead and think, what do I want and need in my future? And what practices, processes, beliefs do I start to put into play now to accomplish those? Let's jump ahead to July 11th, where Venus enters Leo. This is a time where we're going to look at accessing the sacred wisdom of the heart. Got a great podcast coming up about the frequency of the heart, and this is to align this Venus energy. It's a magical encounter with Neptune. Venus also enters fiery Leo, and that's going to heat things up dramatically, but also in an exciting ways. During this time, you'll crave connection, attention, and admiration from loved ones, feeling the need to be seen and appreciated for who you truly are. We don't go through these layers of self-discovery and then hide. We want to be seen, and we want those around us to acknowledge the hard work that we've gone through. This transit focuses on personal values, security, and self-worth. A good question to ask yourself is, how might your financial decisions reflect your sense of self? Are you investing in things that bring you joy and enhance your self-esteem? Creative projects and romantic gestures are a plus, so operate from your truth and allow yourself really to shine. On this day, the moon enters Libra, bringing a softer, more balanced energy into play. With the first quarter moon just a few days away, these energies focus on creating and maintaining peaceful and balanced relationships. On a collective scale, people might feel the urge to pursue artistic projects and express individuality or seek recognition for their gifts and their talents. While this can be beneficial, it can stimulate ego clashes, so focusing on coming from the heart is really vital. There could also be an increase in efforts to address and heal social issues. July 15th, Mars and Uranus conjunction. This is going to stir up a little bit of social rebellion. Mars and Uranus meet closely on July 15th, resulting in some unexpected shifts. Uranus is the planet that tells us to expect the unexpected. So this type of energy brings about discoveries and sudden changes. It's a time of dynamic and unpredictable events that impact areas such as how we view our self-worth, our values, can also bleed into the areas of technology, social communication, and social groups. And the big one is our connection to Earth. We've been seeing it's the summer of storms, the summer of land events. Mars is the planet of action and drive, but also of conflict. So Uranus is the planet of change and innovation. And these two in Taurus at this time want to break free from traditional norms while pushing for progressive changes and actually revolutionary action. Since Uranus is known as the Great Awakener, you can consider this as a massive moment for awakening to a new level of spiritual alignment. In addition, there may be some breakthroughs and developments. Innovations that were once considered far-fetched suddenly become feasible, leading to rapid advancements. And again, this might be in the areas of science and technology. However, we also, with advancement, can also be some disruption. So there could be some technical glitches and challenges in digital communications and networks. Agriculture and environment highlight issues related to land use, farming practice, and sustainability. With all the recent floodings and storms, the farmers are having difficulty getting out into their fields. There's crops that have been destroyed. We can, however, continue to expect changes in weather patterns. This includes unexpected events affecting our crops and natural resources. And we've seen that in the storms, in the flooding, and other weather-related incidents. There is a generational shift. As we are healing our ancestral wounds and we're understanding our internal emotions, everything that is happening internal is also happening external. This is a time that we also are reevaluating how we care for our bodies, that's the internal, and how we are caring for Mother Earth. As changes are happening internal, so are changes happening external. We are not separate from them. We're just seeing that there is more closeness and connectedness. Everything is connected. We are connected to everything. Let's jump ahead to July 20th, where Mars enters Gemini. This allows a period of integration of passion and curiosity. I would say hold on tight because Mars in Gemini will be giving everyone the ride of their life. Grab your self-care bag because this intense energy can sometimes overload the nervous system. However, if you manage it well, it can benefit you in multi-dimensional ways. And I trust that if you're listening to this, you've got this. This is not a panic or fear time. This is about using the energy to your advantage. Mars in Gemini focuses on action, communication, learning, assertiveness, and overcoming conflict in our communication. It's a time when actions are guided by a higher vision, blending practicality with spirituality. Conversations will be amplified as the quest for knowledge and information is on the rise. We don't want the same messages spun in a different way. We want new information, new insight, the things that are going to help us for how we are now after we've gone through transformation. The challenge here is to avoid scattering your energy, avoid gossiping, and avoid engaging in petty arguments or outbursts. Address unresolved issues and seek truth in your connections. You've worked really hard to evolve. Keep that vibration at that higher level. This is an incredibly powerful time to merge the higher mind with the body and allow yourself to be led by your spirit. The possibilities for karmic, untangling, and transcending duality is off the charts. So use this time effectively and efficiently. July 21st, well, this is the second Capricorn full moon. On July 21st, this powerful alignment arrives as the sun in Cancer opposes the moon in Capricorn. This is the second Capricorn full moon of the year. We just had a Capricorn full moon on June 22nd after the solstice. So this rare occurrence brings a potential accumulation of energy built up since the last lunar cycle. Capricorn is an earth sign and it's ruled by Saturn. So it represents disciplined, long-term goals, structures we build in our lives. We've been pushed to destroy or destruct or decommission and disassemble. As this full moon reaches 29 degrees in Capricorn, it signifies a significant closing chapter, emphasizing themes of structure, ambition, and responsibility. Capricorn's archetype is I use. It is the hard worker of the zodiac system. This full moon illuminates our ambitions and the tangled steps we've taken towards achieving them. It's a time to evaluate your progress, recognize your accomplishments, and understand where further adjustments are needed. Capricorn's energy urges you to be real by honoring your commitments and taking responsibility for your actions. This might be a time that you need to admit you took a wrong step, took a wrong turn. It's not right for you, and not from a place of blaming or judging yourself, but as a place of redirecting your energy. During this time, the interaction between the sun and the moon illuminates themes related to relationships and self-identity. Nurturing our personal needs and fulfilling obligations to others requires a delicate and loving balance, but it also requires courage to take those steps. Take a moment to reflect on how your connections shape your identity and how you influence other people. Are you maintaining healthy boundaries? Are you collaborating effectively, or do you need to review areas to gain mutual growth and respect? Now this full moon, we also experience the energy of the trine Uranus in Taurus. That's practical insights and unconventional solutions may arise. This offers us a chance to revolutionize aspects of our life where we have been feeling stuck or stagnant. We also have a sextile with Neptune. This is an excellent time for creative projects and activities that nurture the souls. And the square with Chiron. Well, this challenging aspect requires us to confront and heal these deep-seated issues. This is an open invitation from the universe to acknowledge our vulnerabilities and use them as a source of strength and transformation. Healing is rarely easy, but it is crucial. It's a step towards wholeness. Now, the moon moves into Aquarius shortly after leaving Capricorn, and it conjuncts Pluto, and that intensifies the current energy. Pluto's influence in Aquarius signals a time to focus on societal structures, community, and the greater good. Pluto's that death and rebirth, and so this is a powerful reminder that real transformation begins within, but then extends outward. You can expect significant global shifts that will redefine your entire mindset and require people to come together now more than ever. On July 22nd, Leo season begins. This is about exploration of passion and desire. The energy really heats up on July 22nd as we enter Leo season. Leo season is a time of vibrant self-expression, creativity, inner child healing, of course, romance, pleasure, and fun. The sun is at home in Leo. And this 2024 Leo season is about embracing duality in social connections while honoring our individual growth. Relationships will also undergo significant transformation, closing out unresolved issues from the last Leo season. We can't expect ourselves to go through personal and internal transformations and not have it impact our relationships around us. The backdrop of this energy inspires us to explore our dreams, our ideals, and spiritual connections within those intimate relationships. This season of Leo challenges us to take responsibility for our growth, for our spirituality, for our evolution in those two areas. It prompts us to establish healthy boundaries in intimate relationships, manage shared resources with discipline and integrity, and face issues related to loss, death, and rebirth. That's the Pluto touching. There will be plenty of opportunities to release or pay off old karmic debts. We're always doing that, but it's also a time to resolve past traumas and welcome an enhanced level of spiritual maturity. Let's jump ahead to July 25th, where Mercury enters Virgo. This is about communication. As Mercury returns home to Virgo, it sharpens our mind and redefines our communication skills. Mercury in Virgos highlights themes of managing resources efficiently and making deep, informed decisions. This period is also ideal for organizing finances, for establishing new budgeting guidelines and boundaries, and planning for the future. Again, you've been going through a lot of changes, internal, and we're watching what's happening in the globe, so this is going to shift maybe some of those plans that you had in play. It allows one to identify what needs improvement and make some better decisions. Mercury will turn retrograde in August in this earth sign, so explore and examine the emotional aspects of your habits and values. This is a time to confront any fears or patterns that you might have related to security, to communication, and of course your financial stability. Work through themes of shared resources, any debts, and the impact of intimate relationships on your financial well-being. So in summary, how do we navigate and actually use the energy of July to be more productive? Well, hydrating is always good, but hydrating and making sure that you're drinking good quality water. Also spending time in the sunlight, keeping yourself hydrated by drinking plenty of water throughout the day to maintain your energy levels while being in the sun, being out in nature is always a balanced plan. This is also time to revisit past goals. You may have set some goals earlier in the year, and now through your transformation and reflecting on your progress, this might be a time where you make some necessary adjustments, either to stay on track and continue to work that track, or to adjust and jump to a different track. It's always healthy to reflect on your actions, to reflect where you said you're going and where you actually are going, and then choose, because sometimes where you actually are going is better. This reminds me of when friends ask me for a recipe for something that I've made. I ask them, do you want the recipe or do you want actually what I did? Because they're often very different. This is also a time to be very mindful. Mindfulness can be in our intents, in our thoughts, in where our heart is. It can be also mindfulness in our breathing. These are all things that can help us to reduce stress and reduce anxiety. It also allows us to be in a place of better clarity. Of course, I always encourage you to be out in nature. Take a walk, connect with the outdoors, enhance your mental clarity. But it's also the vibration and the frequency of nature that is without the hustle bustle of human-created vibration. Nature is a natural vibration that aligns us to our heart, and this is going to be important to help bring in that clarity. Nature also allows you to take a step away from social media and do maybe a short period of digital detox. I'd recommend a longer period if you can, but even to set aside some time on a daily basis to unplug, to pause from the electrical frequency that is in your face each and every day. I love to spend time in northern Minnesota, where often in those places there is no connection. You often don't have cell phone reception. This is a time really to up your practices. It's a time for you to establish and set some new practices that really are a better match for your being. Understand that you are continuing to evolve. We've had some intense energy these last 6 months. And just the last full moon and the full moon of July, both in Capricorn, are going to push and be the opportunity to clear out a lot of history and old energy that just doesn't have a place in your present day life. July's energy comes with a variety of cosmic shifts and planetary influences, all encouraging us to explore our emotional reasoning with purposeful action. Anytime we're going through evolution, it's awareness of the emotional field and the mental practices and processes that are aligned. And through that self-reflection or the bouncing of energy that we get from the external world, we can enhance our mental, our wisdom, our knowledge of the universe while becoming more emotionally intelligent. This ultimately leads to a more integrated and authentic self and allows us on our continued human evolution. I'm Laurie Wondra. Thank you to all my global listeners. I appreciate you. You are blessed. Sending you much love and appreciation.
Thank you for listening to Messages from the Universe podcast with Laurie Wondra of Your Life Core. For current events or to schedule a private session with Laurie, please visit yourlifecore.com.